Ну что ж, ну что ж, раз, слышно. Ам, Сегодня, значит, мы с вами о, продолжаем с вами проходить сегодня The Outer Worlds. Ам, Вчера мы с вами, получается, закончили все дела на Монархе и отправились на Терру-2, посадочная площадка Византии, по-моему. Не знаю, что нас сегодня будет ждать. Что-то нам, по-моему, там нужно найти или украсть, какую-то там секретную информацию нам сказали. Вот, нас этот наш врач или кто он там послал. Вот, поэтому будем смотреть. Пока что я запускаю. Вот, не знаю, сколько мы сегодня с вами посидим, но пока запускается, хочу попросить, чтобы вы все подписались на канал. Нам осталось всего 2 человека до 100 подписчиков. Поэтому уж не поленитесь, пожалуйста. Уж не поленитесь. Так вот делаем стеночку. Красиво. Поехали, загрузочка. Что я еще бы хотел сказать? Что бы я хотел еще сказать? Забыл, что я хотел сказать. Думаю, пора бы уже надо задумываться насчет как бы следующей, да, игры. И еще нужно... Господи. Канул. Так, идем, значит, куда? Куда мы идем? Куда мы идем? Куда мы идем? Ну да, действительно. Чему бы, собственно, и нет. Ну ладно. Да мне как бы, мне взломать не трудно. Вот, мы, скорее всего, будем... суть тут заключается, наверное, в том, чтобы как бы избавиться от коллеги. Да ладно, мы с боем прорвемся, что? Мне, в принципе, без разницы. Как прорваться. Так, лутаем все, потом, если что, это продается все у нас. Вообще, у нас ничего долго не задерживается. Поэтому лутаем все, это как бы все наше. Даже если это не наше, это все наше. Вот, поэтому, в принципе, не стесняемся. Даже все, в принципе, воруем. Вот. Вот, в принципе, шо? В принципе, шо? В принципе, да. Правильно. Так, мне куда-то наверх, поэтому пойдемте. Пойдем, собственно, наверх. Оу. Кто? А тебя, дружище, я залутаю. Стой. Так, где у меня тамочка-то? Она убежала вообще. Ну, беги, беги. Так, мы здесь абсолютно все заберем, потому что, ну, как бы, ну а чё? Ну а чё? Так, доступ датчики наук. Вот, подожди, у меня вопрос. Это вот все, это легкое оружие, длинноствольное. У меня в основном длинноствольное, да? Ну, конечно. Конечно, плюс 20% урона от попадания в голову. Так, а нам... Пойдем наверх, я думаю, сначала. Их тут довольно-таки немало. Довольно-таки немало. Котинцы какие-то. Так. Сюда, да? Здорово.
You just slaughtered those guards, and for what? To speak with me? What could possibly be so urgent?
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow!
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I ain't buying it, boss. I said we check him for drugs.
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
So the chairman's a crook who can't be trusted? Who knew?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details, he means knock things about and take what we like. Count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. Good. Halcyon is in dire need of someone like you.
Короче, здесь вообще абсолютно все, что как бы есть.
Nice.
Not so fast. What do you think you're doing? As you were.
Короче, получается, в этой игре абсолютно все связано с тем, чтобы как бы избавляться от шишек каких-то. Византий. Так, это мы сейчас куда-то в другое место полетим или нет? И мы здесь останемся. Мы только куда-то из города выйдем, наверное. Ну да, наверное.
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all?
А, воу.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along. What in the law's name are you on about?
Ага.
Honest mistake. Why don't you come back another time and we can take this from the top? Yeah, and I'd really like a new Hammersmith grenade launcher. Hammersmith, the most trusted brand in brutality. But we can't all have what we want. And seeing as you don't seem the executive sort, you obviously don't belong in the Acropolis district. Hey, were you awarded most persons profiled 6 non-consecutive months in a row? I didn't think so.
You get paid by the word, Officer Windbag?
As a matter of fact, I get paid per profile, you marginally employed 20-something male with more guts than sense. Anyway, I've worked here long enough to know every clerk by name and face. And since I don't know yours, you ain't getting through.
Ну да,
As I
подплывем.
recall,
Чё, у
you
нас
were
денег
saying
много.
something about being tired and needing a breather. Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
До свидания.
Sport's just showing off.
Акрополь. Угу. Угу.
The board zone headquarters.
Что нам здесь надо?
Jackass Central.
А где? Не пойму. И что?
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Так.
State your business.
Это...
Please step away. This entry is for high priority HHC business only. Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
Ё-моё.
Now let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms? You don't have to be sarcastic about it. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms.
Правильно думаешь.
Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Ну, это мы еще
Don't worry,
посмотрим.
boss. I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right? Then we sidle up to him all polite-like.
Felix, don't you start.
Пойдем. А, вон оно что. Все, понял. Мы сейчас как раз едем.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
Эм. Интересно. Махнет туда попасть.
How may I be of assistance?
You don't want to push me, Rungleech.
А как туда попасть? Мне скажет нет. Мне очень интересно, конечно. Не надо туда. Как туда попасть? Не очень понятно. Как эти двери не работают. Ясно. Византий. Я немного не understand. Ага. Служебные тоннели, во. Служебные тоннели. Опачки, верстачок.
Nice work.
Так.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Так, работать. Так, это я уже улучшал, это я улучшал. 15, 8. Ясно. Ясно, ясно, ясно. О, тут что-то веселое, да, сейчас будет? Светличка. Сколько всего-то. Вы приняли уже. Так, неплохо. Что за музыка такая началась? Так, ну тут больше ничего нет. Пойдем дальше. Мгм. Такое. Это я куда сейчас направлюсь? Византий, ну-ка. Это я куда? Вернуться я, по сути, не должен был. Так как у меня, типа, новый верстак почему-то. О! Бля. Здорово. Так, ну... Что я могу сказать? Мы в городе. Мы в городе, а нам нужно и в город. Ясно, ясно, ясно. Служебные тоннели. Немного не понял, что сейчас. Кажется. Так, для взлома всякие ништячки. Так. Это я немного этого не понял. Может, там всех этого того надо убить? И я сохранюсь перед этим, конечно. Вот здесь-то. Новое сохранение. Да, продолжить. Я, конечно, сохранюсь. Конечно, будет жестко, наверное.
How may I be of assistance?
Э,
Personal assistant.
Так, это я видел.
The art. Will there...
Нет, больше ничего не надо. Не, ну я сохранился, в принципе. Оу. Я не знаю, правильно ли я делаю, но в принципе... Да ты поди мне, пожалуйста. Спасибо. Косы у них жесткие. Ну, что я могу сказать? Ну, бывает. Зато дроп с них немерено. Так, сейчас посмотрим. Теперь можно, в принципе, все и забрать. И нет. Заперто. Гасит тут чувак.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Ясно. Так. Так. Ты нам... Стой, подожди. Вот у меня вопрос. Нас там сейчас встретят, да? Нас сейчас там, скорее всего, прям встретят. Дневник. Куда он? Наверху остался. Я, конечно, готовлюсь, но... Меня сейчас не примут. Примут. Ну, приняли и приняли. Что ж теперь бурчать? Кто же знал? Кто же знал? Так. Ну куда, ё-моё? Бежали. А, сейчас еще тут будут. Ну, зря подкупал, значит. Лучше бы вот так вот и ворвались, да и все. Ну ладно. Они меня трогать будут? Нет. Всё. Лови. Так. Значит, что? Значит, что? Значит, что? Тара-та-та-тара-та-та. О, кстати, вот это неплохо. Прям вообще неплохо. Открытие замков. Так, сейчас все забираем с них. Бабло. Садовник. Здорово. Никому ничего не пробалаболили. Так, способность. У меня же еще способность. Ой, урон 20%. ПП мне больше ничего не понимает. Тогда урон. Тогда урон. Погнали. Так, кстати, снаряжение хотел еще посмотреть. С чем тут? 29, у вас что? 17, но вам эти пистолеты-то уже, наверное, не нужны. Давай сделаем вот так, вот дадим им такой вот штучки. Они урона наносили, урон 84, урон 82, ну, в принципе, это неплохо, это тем более еще быстрее стреляет. Поэтому ок. Кстати, я вот бы, знаете, что хотел бы? Я бы вот этот пистолетик на самом деле бы взял, но и револьвер крутой. 53. 53, да вы чё? 72, 55, да вы куда? 59, 72. 72, разницы нет никакой. Феликс. 72. 55. Мою. Это у нее снаряга. Это у меня снаряга. У меня комплект полный просто. У меня просто комплект. Они нападут, да? Да, они нападут. Да, не. Куда, дружище? Ты что, кулаки свои высовываешь? Так. Хорошо. Нельзя использовать во время боя. Во время какого боя, скажи мне, пожалуйста. Короче. Не знаю, где какой бой, но где-то явно он есть. Где? А. Угу. Так. Могло ведь прийти мирно. Могло, но не прошло. Окей. Могло, но не прошло. Я вижу очень хорошую вещь. 29, 26. Окей. Так. Продать. Хлам. Это что такое? Сейчас посмотрим. Так, я что-то там продал, да? Я какой-то модификатор, что ли, продал. Ну ладно. Случайно уж тыкнул. 33 тысячи. 33 тысячи.
UDL's interrogating.
Так, ладно, воровать уж не будем. Как снять плащ? Как плащ снять? Не буду. Это вот, кстати, очень удобно. Так, а мне вниз куда-то. Мне куда-то вниз. Ага. Ага. Как вниз попасть? Очень хороший вопрос. Тут чуваки работают. Как вниз-то попасть? Пока не ясно. Вообще не ясно. Как вниз попасть? Это вниз надо. А вот как туда вниз-то? Хороший вопрос. Ну, подожди. Нам же сюда, правильно? Да, нам сюда. Интересно, интересно. Ладно, сейчас найдем. Найдем. Все найдем. На засове, не на засове. Что за плащ на меня надевается? А где же спуск вниз тогда получается? Где же спуск вниз? Может, мне всех этих перебить надо? Я не знаю, может реально надо... Они, по сути, ничего не сделали, но... У меня очень жесткий затуп. Просто. Вот и все. И все. Не шути. Это мне такое надо. Это плюс бабло. Пус. Вниз где? Кто-нибудь мне объяснит? Много что-то мне непонятно. Ее открыть. Она на засове. У него затуп вселенского масштаба. И там дробовик, кстати, крутой какой-то. 95, 131. Нокдаун.
Got it. Heads down.
Ну да, действительно. Да. Да уж. Конечно, да.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed?
Здорово. Я все заберу, погоди. Кстати, лифт. Не должен у меня лифт как бы от этого на засове. Да вы чё? Пусть на засове. С помощью засове. Пойдем наверх. Ага, это вот лифт. Нет, отрегените мой этот щит. Плащ. Теперь надо как-то спуститься. Просто как? Прям так получится. А его нет, да? Легчайший. О, неплохо. Фух, разобрались. Очень-очень хорошо. Так, нам теперь... Это нам куда? А, это нам к этому. Понял. У нас теперь во врагах охрана, да? Ну, это город коллегии, поэтому окей.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After the deep and thorough analysis of budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly assessment. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever.
Так, это мне куда вообще, ё-моё? Да.
Spacer's Choice Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you.
Угу. Угу. Так. Слышь, я сюда попал. А, во. Легчайший. Ля, какие. Мне вот этот шлем вообще жесткий прям. Вот эта броня нравится. Прям для нашей девочки. Давай. Давай. Что еще? Валим, да, отсюда, получается? Ой. Так.
Not today, Sam. I am not in the mood for a deep... We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself? Or would you like...
Так, поехали. Но мне кажется, нам бы все равно пришлось с ними рамситься, потому что они бы меня просто так не пустили бы в эту. Да фиг знает. Ладно, что сделано, то сделано.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some kind of hibernation technology. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius!
Я гений, да.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Так. Так. Давай вот так сделаем.
I want to talk to you. You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling Tales of the Unreliable. Or maybe Spine-Chilling Stories from the Edge of the System. Was also considering Astounding Adventures in the Ether. I'm partial to that last one. Yeah, we got a job to do. We're hijacking a lost colony ship and slamming it right into the rings of Terra 2. Stealing the Hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Идем. Так, все нормально. Всё в порядке, то у меня какое-то переподключение пошло. Так, ладно. Ладно. Продолжаем. Когда если все идет хорошо.
If you don't mind my saying. We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering.
Надежда, поехали. Поехали.
That ought to do her, Captain.
What?
Heads up! Open fire!
Better take a look.
Неплохо.
Error. Hope crew data not found. Identify yourself. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer. Remember, not to take breaks on company time.
Так, это мы поднимаемся куда-то. Вопрос только куда? Ну да ладно, сейчас узнаем.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Hope. Это заставочка. Моментально.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh. I feel...
Так, спокуха. Инженерия. Так. А вот это вот.
I got them turned inside out. Let's not do that again. Hold it! I don't recognize you. Are you new here? I'm just trying to make sure you belong here. I guess you've got a point. Just don't make more paperwork for me, all right?
Так. Подожди-ка, я где? Мне, наверное, вот так надо, да? Угу. Так, нет, не сюда, вот сюда, наверное.
Unexpected noise identified.
Heads up, boss!
Чё вот там? Подожди, где? С той стороны. Я просто привык, короче, на другом корабле был с левой стороны, поэтому я и бегу слева. Он очень похож, на самом деле. Ну да, ладно. Ой. Так, нам...
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me. I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible? How can I be of assistance? Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
Вот первопроходцы, они, видишь,
We have
они похожи.
successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate my...
Погнали. Так. Так. Мне нужен взлом, да? Класс, и где я вам его возьму? Взлом. До нового левела мне еще много.
All in the wrist.
Взлом 75. А у меня что? 75 взлом, да? Что я могу сказать? Ой-ой-ой, это что такое? Энергетическими зарядами он стреляет. Ядрить, колотить. Добро. Вот это пушечка. Три шлема. Дам кому-нибудь. 3 броня еще на кучу. Это 8 раз. 2 нет. 2. Феликс. Это 8. 72 нет. 4. Это лучше. 7. И. Ой, нафиг взлом. Как мне без взлома пройти здесь? Кто-нибудь шарит? Ой-ой-ой, взлом 75, да вы чё? Без взлома я здесь реально что ли никак не пройду? Вот. Спасибо большое, что не пришлось выполнять побочный квест. Качать взлом. Прикольное оружие, мне нравится. А ну-ка вот это. Вот это удар, я понял. Это мне очень было интересно, на какую кнопку здесь удар, но... Блин, на Т неудобно. Т очень неудобно.
Crew report. Ioka is drunk. Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Got my trusty tossball stick, got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding. You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Can we talk?
Это случаем ли не финал игры? Вот у меня вопрос. Просто типа говорят... говорят, сначала, если вы хотите завершить, как бы... Если вы отправитесь туда, то вы, скорее всего, вернетесь оттуда не скоро. Такой же, как бы был в Киберпанке, как нас типа к финалу направили. И что такое? Вы совершите выбор на Тартаре определить судьбу Лукиона. Сохранение, сделанное после этого, позволит лишь завершить основной сюжет на Тартаре. Плюс побочным заданием и дополнительным загруженным, таким как Перил, он, Гаргон, какие-нибудь дела, заменить дохода. Теперь после этого будет невозможно. У нас сегодня намечается финал, да? Да, хочу сохранить игру. У нас намечается финал.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead. Protocol is important, sir. The sentencing of one crime does not preclude the sentencing of another, technically speaking. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
Oh.
May luck be with you. Of course.
Тебя я скипаю, пойдем.
Take someone to watch your back.
Ну, погнали.
The captain did not. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I reign. Push on, Mardat. Let him hit.
Я чё понял? Он шляп полнейший. Просто полнейшая шляпа. О, навычки. Взлом качать бессмысленно, очень много нужно для взлома. Вот это надо. Потому что здесь урон как раз от вот этой моей имбовой пушки. А мне не надо дамаж намного сильнее, чем по ним. Ладно, я ее в принципе-то не улучшал, но... Ладно. Так, лифт. Там какой-то лифт, да?
Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent. Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I can't begin to imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Так. Так, ну лутом я здесь особо заниматься, думаю, не буду. У меня вполне всего очень много.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Куда-то под землю, что ли?
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
Не, ну их я всех залутаю. Вы нет. Ну так что-то вот не особо такое. Особо вдаваться в лут я не буду. Я так вот местами, чтобы поддерживать баланс патронов. Всего такого. Если мне там 3 пушек, что ли, меня. Трон, ты чё? Простите, приехали. Ух, да уж. Полторы тысячи тяжелых патронов. Кто бы мог подумать. Сколько же вас там? Просто немыслимо. Чё? Спокойно. А. Так, ну эти мои другаля стали, в принципе, на ноги хотя бы. Не знаю, куда они бегут, на самом деле. Вообще не знаю. Здесь откуда? Так. Ух. Так. Плотненько здесь. Конечно, их из-за того, что их очень много. Запечатано. Запечатано. Так, мне бы на самом деле сейчас этот... Как его называют? Верстак. Верстак бы сейчас очень сильно пригодился. Прям просто невероятно сильно. Так. Тяжелые патроны. Так. Ё-моё. Так. Верстак. Нужен прям верстак. Верстак, пожалуйста, дайте. Ясно, секретики какие-то. Вот оно. Спасибо. Починить. Починить используемое. Да. Бронетуры, да? Тоже все починено. Так, работать. Работать. Так, еще что улучшить? Они еще больше дэмэджа наносили. Вообще шикарно. Так, броня. Так, тестировать. Так, ствол есть. Прицел. А нет, это магазин. Прицел. Прицел я. Нужен ли здесь прицел яблочко? Нет, здесь прицел яблочко вообще не нужен. Вообще прям жестко, да? Я себе. Прям жестко, да, подают. Подать весь план. Так. Он случайно продал. Не горит. Еще броню модифицируем стоит. Нет. Броня. Кому урону? ТВЗ. Лидерство и общение, навыки дальнего боя. Снижает скорость шума и повреждения. Так, броню модифицировали. Так, сохранить игру. Продолжить. Хранились хорошо. Просто замечательно. Так. Значит, либо какая-нибудь финальная локация, либо еще что-то. Есть. Здорово, пацаны. Ну, нормально там. Так, поехали. Ой, да ну. Да ну, вы на помощь пришли. Эти вы красавчики. Ты, конечно, стоишь прям перед прицелом.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now, a proper company man.
Я думаю, я правильно сделал. Так. Так, сделаем. Способности, да? Плюс, наверное, либо плюс урон, либо еще что-нибудь. Наверное, вот это вот давай. И у них еще, у них. Это вам, пацаны, надо. Обоим. Так.
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad to know you.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty. I'm afraid I can't do that. To your credit, Captain, you are one of the colony's finest specialists. Your technical abilities are beyond reproach. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy. You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony. I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain. I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Тут сохраниться надо. Так, поехали. Там босс какой-то. Да. Да. Просто с двух ног врываюсь. А все?
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
Так, и что теперь?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the iconoclasts spread like wildfire, and Graham was able to bring many of the smaller Terra 2 townships into the fold. However, his zealous obsession with spreading the word blinded him to the needs of a growing organization, and the movement was unsustainable at scale. The iconoclast way seemed to work best, and ultimately petered out on Monarch. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. It was said that the first corpse that fed her garden belonged to Reed Thompson. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Все, да? Да. Титры мы смотреть, получается, не будем. Титры мы смотреть, получается, не будем. Опять же, неожиданно. Очень-очень неожиданно. То, что мы сегодня с вами закончили. Я думал, нам еще там очень-очень долго. А оказывается, нет. За 5 частей. За 5 частей. Сейчас скажу, за сколько часов мы ее, получается, прошли. За сколько часов мы ее прошли? 4, 7, 9, 10, 12. За 14 часов мы ее прошли. В принципе. Неплохо. Плохо. Но я доволен этой игрой. Доволен, в принципе. Немного местами непонятно, но в принципе я доволен этой игрой. Лучше ли она Fallout? Нет. Fallout в разы лучше. Fallout нужно постараться, чтобы превзойти Fallout. Это намного слабее Fallout игра. Но, в принципе, как пародия, достойная пародия на эту игру, неплохо. Даже не пародия, а, наверное, все-таки в ней есть какая-то индивидуальность в этой игре. Вот. В принципе, игра мне понравилась. Что могу еще сказать? Больше я ничего не могу сказать. Буду думать, что проходить дальше. Ведь у нас, я думаю, будет сейчас 3 дня кооперативов. Я так думаю. И там уже в понедельник, наверное, вы увидите новую игру. Если не в понедельник, то на неделе уж 100%. Я не знаю, что должно помешать сделать мне стрим в понедельник, но все может быть, все может быть. Поэтому всем спасибо, кто был. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайк, пишите комментарии, нажимайте на колокольчик, чтобы не пропускать стримы и записи стримов. Описание ссылочка на донат, дискорд канал, стим группа. Вот, всех буду ждать. Всем до новых стримов. Всем пока.